So if we wanted to do a t-test for independent samples, okay, we first, with our Excel stat open and our data set open, we're going to go to parametric tests. Okay, this button right here, and it's going to give us a whole bunch of options. And we want to use the 2-sample t-test and z-test. Okay, so just in case you didn't see that, under parametric tests, 2-sample t-test. Okay, now there are a bunch of options here. Okay, now we're going to do this first for an independent samples t-test, okay? And we're going to have 1 column per variable, okay? So our data, okay, that's our dependent variable. What we're trying to explain differences. So we're going to use salary here. So I'm going to go ahead and select this, okay? And my sample identifier is going to be gender. So we're going to test to see if salary differs by gender. Okay, so we're just selecting gender. Okay, and so if you look at my data format, I've selected 1 column per variable. Okay, I have column variables, and I have students t-test selected. Okay, options, that's just fine the way it is. Missing data, don't worry about it, we don't have missing data. Outputs, we want descriptive statistics. And charts, we don't need to do that, so just leave those the way they are. Click OK. Gonna get this button again, and that one again. Okay. So we've got all this output. So what it's going to tell us is this is going to be salary when the variable 1, so then we know that's female. Okay, so it gives us all of our descriptive statistics there. And the same thing for salary when it's 0, and that's for men. Okay, and when you scroll through down here, we've got our t-test for 2 independent samples. We've got the difference between the sample means. Okay, we have our t observed, so that's what you would get when you do the formula, okay, if you remember the formula. Okay, and then you get the t critical value, okay, and that's the value, the point at which, right, you will get a significant test or not. So your degrees of freedom, so that should be your big N minus 2, and you're going to have a p-value, okay, so this is, remember, one of the ways to tell if your test is significant or not, okay, and since that's okay, smaller than 0.05, okay, that tells us we have a significant test. The other way, if you remember, we can tell is if we take the absolute value of the observed t and compare it to the critical value. And if the absolute value of the observed t is greater than the t critical, then we have a significant value. Those two things, both the p-value and comparing the observed and the critical, tell us the exact same thing, okay? So this tells us we do have a significant difference, okay? And if we look at go back to looking at our means, we can tell that, in fact, men earn significantly more than women, okay? And that's simply how you do a t-test for independent samples. Okay, catch you later.